The void between stars held silence for centuries until humanity broke it. No one expected Earth to respond when the Krivani attack came. Humans were meant to be primitive prey, not warriors. Lily Adams stood at the command bridge of the Earth vessel, Defiance. Her blue uniform marked her as Admiral of the Supreme Fleet, a title that meant nothing to aliens until now. The massive Krivani warship loomed ahead, its hull black as space with purple energy flowing through visible channels. The aliens had destroyed 3 human colonies before Earth understood what was happening. No more Susan Baker. The weapons officer spoke quietly, her voice steady despite fear. "We have target lock Admiral fire when ready." Lily said her order traveled through the ship network faster than sound. The Defiance shuddered as the new quantum torpedoes launched their blue trails beautiful against the darkness of space. On screens across the bridge, the crew watched as the weapons struck the alien hull. The shield flickered, then failed. The Krivani ship listed to port wounded but dangerous. "We got their attention," Admiral Susan said. "Good. Now get me a channel open to their command." Lily wanted the aliens to see a human face when she demanded surrender. The communications. Officer Mary Walsh worked her console with quick fingers. Dark hair fell across her face as she bent to her task. "Channel open, Admiral," she said. Display on main screen. The alien that appeared made several crew members gasp. It had 6 eyes arranged in a circle around a central mouth. Tentacles moved constantly behind it. The universal translator took a moment to process its clicks and whistles. "Your weapons are impressive for primitives," it said. Its voice had an artificial flatness. "But your ship will burn like your colonies." Lily stepped forward, making sure the alien saw her clearly. "I am Admiral Lily Adams of Earth's Supreme Fleet. You have attacked human worlds without provocation. We demand your immediate surrender." The alien made a sound the translator didn't catch. Perhaps laughter. "Return to your world, human. Our empire spans 50 star systems. Yours spans 1. You cannot hope to win." The rest of its speech vanished as Lily cut the channel. She had expected this response. The Krivani never surrendered. "It was not in their biology, Admiral. Our sensors detect 20 more Krivani vessels entering the system," Nicole Wilson at the sensor station reported. Her hands trembled slightly, but her voice remained professional. "Exactly as planned," Lily smiled. This was why they had allowed the Krivani to detect the Defiance alone. "Send the signal," she ordered. Mary pressed a sequence on her console. The signal traveled faster than light to where the rest of Earth's Supreme Fleet waited, hidden behind the system's gas giant. The space around the Krivani warships rippled as 30 Earth vessels dropped their stealth fields and appeared. The aliens had brought 20 ships. Humanity had brought more. The bridge of the Defiance remained silent as everyone watched the main screen. The Krivani ships began to maneuver, trying to form a defensive pattern. They were too late. "Fire all weapons," Lily ordered. Her voice carried across the communications network to all Earth. Ship space lit up with weapons fire. Quantum torpedoes, railgun projectiles, and energy beams crossed the void. The Krivani ships had stronger shields, but Earth vessels had speed and numbers. They darted between the larger alien ships, striking from all angles. 3 Krivani ships exploded. In the first volley, their purple energy cores overloading and turning into miniature suns. A 4th spun out of control, venting atmosphere. The aliens fought back. Their weapons tore through 2 Earth vessels. Lily felt each loss like a physical blow. The crews of those ships had trained with her, had eaten meals at her table. Susan called out from her station. "The lead Krivani ship is targeting us. Admiral Heavy Weapons charging evasive pattern Delta," Lily ordered. The Defiance rolled and accelerated, narrowly avoiding the stream of energy that passed through where they had been moments before. The battle continued for 20 minutes. Earth ships dancing around the larger alien vessels, striking then retreating. Nicole reported casualties and damage, with a calm voice that belied the destruction on screen. A sudden explosion rocked the Defiance, throwing crew members from their stations. The lights flickered and emergency sirens blared. "Damage report," Lily demanded, gripping her command chair to. "Stay upright, engine deck hit." Nicole replied, "System failing, Admiral." "We are losing power," before Lily could respond. Another hit shook the ship harder than before. The main screen went black, then flickered back to life, showing a Kravani battlecruiser. Bearing down on them, their tactical officer had been clever, drawing the Defiance away from the main fleet, isolating them. "Can we jump to lightspeed?" Lily asked. Susan shook her head. "Engines offline, Admiral. We are dead in space." The Kravani ship grew, larger on screen, its weapon ports glowing with energy about to fire. "All hands to escape pods," Lily ordered, her voice firm. Even as she spoke, she knew most would not make it. The Kravani were known to target escape craft. Mary looked up from her station. "Admiral, there is another ship coming in fast. Not one of ours." The screen shifted, showing a vessel unlike any Lily had seen before, sleek with strange markings along its hull. It moved impossibly fast, inserting itself between the Defiance and the Kravani, who Lily began but stopped as a brilliant white beam lanced from the unknown ship. The Kravani battlecruiser simply ceased to exist. Not exploding, not breaking apart. "Just gone, Admiral," Nicole said, voice filled with awe. "We are being hailed." By the unknown vessel. "Open channel," Lily ordered, her mind racing. Who were these newcomers, friend or another enemy? The screen changed. A humanoid figure appeared with pale blue skin and silver eyes. The universal translator hummed, then spoke. "We are the Alderaan Alliance." The alien said, "You fight well, human, but you need not fight alone." Mary whispered from her station, "The Alderaan Alliance is a legend, a myth about advanced beings who protect younger species." Lily stepped forward. "I am Admiral Lily, Adams of Earth. We thank you for your assistance." The Alderaan nodded. "Your species shows promise, Admiral Adams. Your tactics against the Kravani were impressive. We have been watching. You let us fight alone," Lily said, unable to keep accusation from her voice. "We needed to see what humans would do when faced with extinction," the Alderaan replied. "Would you surrender, or would you stand?" Lily understood. This had been a test one humanity passed by fighting back. The Alderaan continued, "We offer alliance, human. Ingenuity combined with our technology, the Kravani Empire will fall." Lily looked around at her bridge crew. Their faces showed exhaustion, fear, but also determination. She made her decision. "We accept your alliance," Lily said. "And we will help end the Kravani threat." The Alderaan smiled, a gesture too human to be coincidence. "We begin now." 6 months passed since the first battle with the Kravani. The alliance between Earth and the Alderaan changed everything. The Defiance now floated in a massive Alderaan shipyard, its hull repaired and enhanced with technology beyond human understanding. Lily walked through corridors that hummed with new power systems. Carol Rivera, chief engineer, pointed to the holographic display showing the ship's upgrades. "This is amazing, Admiral," she said, her normally practical voice filled with wonder. "The Alderaan power core generates 10 times the energy of our best reactors, and their shield technology." Lily nodded. The technical specifications were impressive, but more important was what they represented. Hope Earth had a chance now. An Alderaan technician approached, its movements fluid like water. Her name was Tekla, one of the few Alderaans who worked directly with humans. "The modifications are complete, Admiral Adams," she said. "Your ship will now withstand direct hits from Kravani heavy weapons, and your own weapons will make Kravani ships disappear like we saw yours do." Lily finished. Tekla made the silver-blue gesture that signaled agreement. "Not exactly. Your weapons will be effective, but different. The disappearing effect requires technology. Your species is not ready for the implications." Lily understood the Alderaans shared much but kept their most advanced weapons to themselves. Perhaps wisely, Admiral Mary called through the communication system. "We have received a priority message from Earth Command. They request your presence at the strategic planning session." "Tell them I'm on my way," Lily replied. She turned to Tekla. "Thank you for everything your people have done." Tekla bowed slightly. "We choose our allies carefully, Admiral. You have earned our respect, too." Hours later, Lily sat in a conference room aboard the Alderaan command vessel. The Starbringer Earth military leaders projected as holograms around the table alongside Alderaan commanders. Fleet Admiral Kate Foster of Earth Command spoke first. The Joint Fleet is ready. Admiral Adams, the upgraded Earth vessels combined with Alderaan warships give us the numbers we need. Her hologram flickered slightly as she moved, but intelligence suggests the Krivani are massing their forces. They know we are coming, Zohal. The Alderaan High Commander nodded, its silver eyes reflecting the light. Our scouts confirm this. The Krivani have gathered 200 warships at their home system. They expect us to attack there. Then we do not disappoint them, Lily, said. Kate looked concerned. That is their strongest position. Their home system defenses are formidable. Even with our new technology, Lily smiled. That is why we will not attack. Their Zohal tilted its head, curious. Allow Admiral Adams to explain, it said. Lily activated the holographic display showing the Krivani Empire, its 50 star systems connected by trade and defense pacts. While they expect us to attack their homeworld, we will instead strike here. She pointed to a system far from the Krivani home, the Pharos system. Kate asked, why? That is not a strategic target. Lily enlarged the display. The Pharos system contains the primary communication relay for the entire Krivani network. If we destroy it, their empire cannot coordinate their fleet at home, will not know where to send reinforcements. Zohal made a sound of approval. A strategic target, not a symbolic one. Practical. The holograms showed various reactions, some nodding in agreement, others looking doubtful. Admiral Foster spoke again. Even so, the Pharos system will be defended. The Krivani are not fools. They are not, Lily agreed. But our intelligence suggests only 40 ships guard Pharos. The Krivani believe their secret is safe. They do not know we understand their communication network. Human and Alderaan commanders discussed the plan for hours, refining details, planning contingencies. In the end, all agreed. The joint fleet would strike at Pharos in 3 days. As the meeting ended, Zohal approached Lily privately. Admiral Adams said, your strategy is sound, but I sense you have not shared everything. Lily met the Alderaan's gaze. You are perceptive, Commander. There is another reason I chose Pharos. The system contains a research facility. We have intercepted fragments of transmissions, suggesting they are developing a new weapon. Something that could target Earth directly, bypassing our fleet's Zohals. Silver eyes widened. Then destroying this facility becomes even more critical. Yes, Lily said. And there is one more thing. The Krivani took prisoners from the human colonies they destroyed. Thousands of civilians. Our intelligence suggests many are held in the Pharos system. The Alderaan commander was silent for a moment. Then it spoke softly. Now I understand your true motivation, Admiral. This is not just strategy. This is rescue. Both Lily thought to herself, but she only nodded. The next days passed in a blur of preparation. Ships moved into position. Weapons were checked and rechecked. Crews trained with the new systems. The joint fleet assembled at the jump point, 50 vessels in all, 30 human and 20 Alderaan. The largest combined force ever assembled. Lily stood on the bridge of the Defiance, now serving as the command ship for the human contingent. Susan Baker remained at weapons, but many faces were new. Young officers replacing those lost in previous battles. Admiral, the fleet reports ready. Susan said. All ships at combat status. Lily took a deep breath. This was the moment that would define the war. Perhaps define humanity for generations to come. Send to all ships. She said, commence jump sequence, target, Pharos system space, twisted around them as 50 ships activated their jump drives simultaneously. The stars blurred, then reformed, showing a new configuration. The Pharos system on the main screen. Lily saw their target, a massive space station orbiting the system's third planet. Surrounding it were Krivani warships. Just as intelligence predicted, approximately 40. They had achieved complete surprise. The Krivani ships were in standard patrol formation. Unprepared for battle, all ships attack pattern Omega. Lily commanded Attack Pattern Omega was a joint human and Alderaan tactic designed to maximize their different strengths. Human ships would engage the enemy directly while Alderaan vessels provided covering fire and targeted enemy weapons systems. The fleet surged forward. Human ships accelerated toward the Crevani patrol, while Alderaan vessels moved to flanking positions. Their new weapons charged, glowing with power that defied human understanding. The Crevani recovered quickly. Despite their surprise, their ships began to form defensive positions. Energy weapons lanced out, hitting the lead human vessels. Their shields flared, but held thanks to Alderaan technology. Return fire, Lily ordered all weapons. The space between the fleets filled with energy beams, torpedo trails, and railgun projectiles. Crevani ships exploded as combined firepower overwhelmed their defenses. Human vessels took hits, but continued fighting. The Alderaan ships moved with impossible grace, avoiding enemy fire while delivering precise strikes. Lily watched the tactical display carefully. This was going well. Too well. Nicole, now promoted to tactical officer, confirmed her suspicion. Admiral, the Crevani defense is weaker than expected. They are not committing fully to the battle. Lily frowned. They should be fighting harder. This was their vital communication hub. Something was wrong. Scan the station, she ordered. Use the new sensors. Focus on energy signatures. Nicole worked her console. The upgraded sensors, courtesy of Alderaan technology, could detect details. No human device ever could, Admiral, she said, voice tense. The station is showing massive power fluctuations. Internal temperature rising. The reactor core appears to be overloading. They were scuttling the station, destroying evidence, research data, the weapon, and the prisoners. Not this time, Lily thought. All ships break off attack, she commanded. Priority target is now the station. We need boarding teams immediately. Protect the civilian prisoners. Her orders transmitted across the fleet. Human and Alderaan vessels altered course, heading for the massive station. The Crevani ships tried to intercept, but were quickly overwhelmed. The Defiance approached the station with 2 Alderaan vessels as escort. Susan Baker looked up from her console. Admiral, we have a transmission from the station. Put it through. The screen showed a Crevani commander, its 6 eyes blinking, in sequence. You are too late, human, it said. The station's self-destruct sequence is activated. Nothing can stop it. How long? Lily demanded. The alien made that same untranslatable sound. Perhaps laughter, long enough for you to watch helplessly as it explodes. With your people inside, Mary cut the transmission at Lily's gesture. We have 15 minutes at most, Lily estimated. Prepare boarding teams now. The Defiance docked with the massive Crevani station using emergency protocols. Boarding tubes extended, connecting the ship to the alien structure. The station rumbled occasionally as systems began to fail. Lily stood in the launch bay watching as the boarding teams prepared. Marines in combat armor checked weapons, while Alderaan specialists adjusted strange devices that would help locate survivors. Lily had not planned to join the boarding party. Her place was on the bridge. But as she watched the team, something shifted inside her. These were her people, the colonists taken by the Crevani. She had promised to bring them home. I am coming with you, she told Commander Diane Morgan, leader of the Marine Unit. Admiral, with respect, this is not, Morgan began. My decision is final. Commander Lily said, slipping into a combat suit. Its enhanced systems would protect her in the alien environment and provide limited weapons capability. This is a rescue mission, not just a military operation. These people need to see a familiar face. Morgan nodded reluctantly. Yes, Admiral. The boarding party moved through the connection tubes and into the station. 30 human Marines, 10 Alderaan specialists, and 1 Admiral against unknown Crevani forces, and a station about to self-destruct. The interior of the station was alien corridors curved in unnatural angles. Purple light pulsed through transparent conduits. The air smelled strange, even through suit filters. The Alderaan specialist named Nalara activated a scanning device. This way, she said, pointing down a corridor. The human biosigns are strongest in this direction. Many clustered together. Lily nodded to Morgan. "Take point, Commander." The Marines moved forward, weapons ready. The station shuddered again, more violently. Systems failing throughout the structure. Warning sounds echoed in alien tones. They encountered resistance almost immediately. Kravani guards their tentacles holding energy weapons. The aliens fired without warning. Purple bolts striking. The corridor walls Marines returned fire, taking positions at junctions using the curved walls as cover. The Kravani fell back, some dropping to the deck with smoking wounds. "Keep moving," Lily ordered. "Time is critical." They pushed forward through 3 more checkpoints. Each time the resistance grew weaker. The Kravani were abandoning the station. Most had already evacuated. Nalara consulted her scanner. "The detention area is ahead, 200 meters beyond that bulkhead." She pointed to a massive door at the corridors, and Morgan deployed her team covering all approaches. 2 Marines examined the door. "It's very secure, Commander, locked down completely." One reported, "Can we breach it?" Lily asked. The Marine shook her head. "Not quickly, Admiral. This is designed to contain the explosive charge needed would be too dangerous." Nalara stepped forward. "Mei Wang." She held up a device small and silver. The Marines moved aside, allowing the Alderan access to the door panel. Nalara placed the device against. The alien controls it glowed, then seemed to melt into the mechanism. "Security systems are primitive by our standards," Nalara explained. "The door will." The massive door slid open before she could finish, revealing a large chamber beyond. Inside were hundreds of humans, men, women, children. They wore tattered clothes. Many looked thin, malnourished. Some had visible injuries. But they were alive. The humans stared at the boarding party with disbelief, then recognition. They saw the Earth insignia on the Marines. Armor hope replaced fear on their faces. A woman stepped forward. She appeared to be a leader among the prisoners. "Are you really from Earth?" she asked, her voice hoarse. "Yes." Lily removed her helmet so they could see her human face. "I am Admiral Lily, Adam's Earth Supreme Fleet. We have come to take you home." The chamber erupted in sound, crying, cheering. Some simply collapsed, overwhelmed by emotion. Morgan approached. "Lily, Admiral, we need to move now." The station could blow at any minute. Lily turned to the crowd. "Everyone listen. We must evacuate immediately. The station is set to self-destruct. Follow the Marines. They will lead you to safety." The evacuation began immediately. The Marines organized the prisoners into groups, moving them efficiently toward the exit. The Alderans assisted, carrying those too weak to walk. A young girl, perhaps 8 years old, approached Lily. "I knew you would come," she said, her face dirty but her eyes bright. "My mom said Earth would forget us, but I told her they would send ships." Lily knelt beside the child. "We never forgot, and we never will." "What is your name, Eliza?" The girl replied. "Well, Eliza," Lily said, taking her hand. "Let's get you home." As they moved back through the corridors, the station shook more frequently. Lights flickered. Systems failing throughout. The countdown was approaching. 0. Admiral Nicole called through the communication system. "Emergency. The station's core is destabilizing faster than predicted. You have 7 minutes maximum before catastrophic failure." "Understood," Lily replied. "We are moving as quickly as possible." The evacuation continued. Marines at front and rear, prisoners in the middle. They moved through the alien corridors back toward the docking tubes. A massive explosion somewhere deep in the station knocked many off their feet. The lights went out completely. Emergency systems activated, bathing everything in red glow. "Hurry," Lily urged. They were still 5 minutes from the Defiance. Too far. Another explosion larger than before. The deck beneath them buckled. Morgan checked her tactical display. "The primary route is blocked, Admiral. Structural collapse. Find another way," Lily ordered. The Marines consulted the station schematics downloaded before the mission. Their alternate route. Through the research section, Morgan pointed to a corridor branching left. They changed course, moving through sections of the station clearly designed for scientific work. Strange equipment lined the walls. Some Marines took images as they passed. Intelligence would want to see this. They entered a large laboratory. The sight stopped even the hardened Marines' examination tables, surgical equipment, specimens in tanks, some human, some alien. This was where the Krivani had conducted their research. Using living subjects, Lily felt rage building inside her. She forced it down. Focus on the mission, get these people home. Then make the Krivani pay. As they moved through the laboratory, Lily noticed something. A large cylindrical device at its center. A swirling mass of energy. Neither solid nor liquid. That must be the weapon, Morgan said. The one they were developing. Nalara scanned it quickly. This is dangerous technology, Admiral Unstable. It is designed to create targeted wormholes, bypassing normal. Space could deliver an attack directly to Earth. Bypassing all defenses, can we destroy it? Lily asked. The Alderaan shook her head. Moving it would be too dangerous. The energy matrix is already collapsing with the station. It will be destroyed when the station explodes. They left the laboratory, continuing toward the evacuation route. The station shook continuously now, systems failing catastrophically throughout the structure. Finally, they reached the docking tubes. The Defiance waited just beyond. Marines helped the prisoners aboard, first the children. Then adults. Admiral Nicole called again. The station core is reaching critical mass. You have less than 2 minutes. Almost there, Lily responded. Most of the prisoners were aboard now. Only a few dozen remained, plus the boarding team. A final violent tremor shook the station. The docking clamps began to fail. The Defiance would need to detach soon or risk destruction. Get everyone aboard, Lily ordered Morgan. You have 1 minute. The last of the prisoners moved through the tube. The Marines followed. Lily stood at the entrance, counting, making sure everyone made it through. Admiral Morgan called from inside the Defiance. That is everyone. Come now. Lily turned to follow when she heard a sound, a child crying. She looked back into the station shadows. In an alcove hidden from view, a small figure huddled, forgotten in the chaos. Without hesitation, Lily ran back deeper into the failing station. She reached the alcove, finding a boy no more than 5 years old, curled into a ball, terrified. It's okay, Lily said gently. I am here to take you home. The boy looked up, tears streaming down his face. Are you an angel? He asked. No. Lily smiled, lifting him into her arms. Just a friend. She turned back toward the Defiance. The distance seemed much longer now. The station shook violently. Sections of ceiling collapsed behind them. The core was seconds from detonation. Lily ran, holding the child tight against her. The docking tube seemed impossibly far. Admiral, Morgan shouted from the airlock. We need to detach now. The station's going critical. Just a few more seconds. Lily gasped. Still running. She reached the tube as the final warning sounded throughout the station. Core breach imminent. Lily pushed herself, harder than ever before. Her muscles burning, the child clinging to her neck. The airlock appeared ahead. Morgan and 2 Marines waited. Arms extended. With her last strength, Lily pushed the boy forward into their waiting hands. Take him, she cried. Then, the world exploded. Lily felt herself lifted, thrown by the force of the explosion. The docking tube tore away from the station. She glimpsed the Defiance engines flaring as it pulled away to safety. Then darkness. Lily awoke to bright light and the smell of antiseptic medical bay. She realized the familiar hum of the Defiance surrounded her. Admiral Dr. Heather Young bent over her, a professional smile on her face. Welcome back. What happened? Lily tried to sit up. Pain flared through her body. Lie still. Please, Dr. Young adjusted something on her medical monitor. You have 3 broken ribs, a concussion, various burns, and you nearly died. Commander Morgan sent a team back for you after the explosion. They found you drifting in space. Your suit damaged, but life support still functioning barely. The children, Lily asked, the prisoners, all safe. The doctor smiled. 423 civilians rescued, all aboard and receiving medical attention. 3 weeks after the Pharos mission, Lily stood before the combined War Council Earth and Alderaan leaders gathered in the Grand Chamber aboard the Alderaan flagship Starbringer. The mood was somber, despite their recent victory. Fleet Admiral Kate Foster spoke first, projecting tactical displays above the central table. The Krivani response has been swift and brutal since Pharos. She said their attacks on our outer colonies have intensified. They seem driven by rage rather than strategy. Zohal, the Alderaan High Commander, nodded, its silver eyes reflecting the holographic displays. They feel humiliated. The rescue of the prisoners was unexpected. Such failures are not tolerated in their culture. Lily studied the displays showing Krivani fleet movements. The destruction of their communication hub had fragmented their coordination, but individual battle groups remained dangerous, perhaps more dangerous now that they operated independently, without central control. Our intelligence indicates their supreme war leader has taken personal command, Lily said. This suggests desperation. Fleet Admiral Foster enlarged a section of the display, showing a massive Krivani vessel unlike any they had encountered before. This is the Voidhammer, their command ship. Nearly 3 times the size of our largest vessels, with weapons capabilities we can only estimate. The gathered leaders murmured among themselves. Human and Alderaan alike recognized the threat. Such a vessel could turn the tide of battle. We must locate and destroy this ship, Zohal stated. The death of their supreme war leader would throw their entire empire into chaos. Lily frowned. Something about this felt wrong. The Krivani were not subtle tacticians. Their strength lay in overwhelming force. Yet their command ship remained hidden, moving between systems, never staying in one place long enough to be targeted. They want us to chase it, she realized aloud. All eyes turned to her. The Voidhammer is bait. They want to draw our main fleet away from Earth, then strike at our homeworld directly. Silence fell across the chamber as the implications became clear. Admiral Foster nodded slowly. It makes sense. The Krivani understand that humans will defend Earth above all else. They mean to use that against us. Zohal tilted its head, the Alderaan equivalent of a thoughtful frown. If what Admiral Adams suggests is true, we face a difficult choice. Pursue their command ship or maintain defensive positions around Earth. Both cannot be accomplished. With our current forces, the debate continued for hours. Strategic options analyzed and discarded. The combined fleet was powerful, but not large enough to be everywhere Earth needed protection. The Krivani needed to be defeated. Both objectives seemed mutually exclusive. Finally, Lily spoke again, silencing the arguments. I have a proposal. She said, one that accomplishes both goals. The holographic display changed, showing a star system near the edge of Krivani space. The Nephilim Nebula, according to our intelligence. Lily continued, the Voidhammer will pass through this system in 4 days. The nebula interferes with sensors, making it ideal for covert movement. The Krivani believe we cannot detect them there. And yet you have this intelligence. Zohal observed. Lily nodded to an Alderaan scientist who stepped forward. We have developed a new sensor array, specifically calibrated to the nebula's radiation signature, the Alderaan explained. It can detect ship movements that would otherwise be masked. We ambush them at Nephilim. Admiral Foster said it could work. No, Lily corrected. Not we, not the main fleet. I propose a small strike force, 5 ships maximum, 3 human, 2 Alderaan fast and heavily armed. Our most experienced crew. Zohal understood, immediately, a surgical strike. While the main fleet remains at Earth, exactly, Lily said. A small force can navigate the nebula more effectively, and if we fail, Earth remains protected. The Council debated her plan, finding weaknesses, addressing contingencies. In the end, they approved. The mission was dangerous, perhaps suicidal, but the potential reward, ending the war in a single strike, justified the risk. Admiral Foster turned to Lily. The Defiance will lead this mission, I assume. Lily nodded. There was never Any question, she would command this strike. The most dangerous mission of the war 2 days later. The strike force prepared to depart Earth space. The Defiance alongside 2 other human vessels. The Challenger and Intrepid, 2 Alderan ships, completed the group. Their curved hulls gleaming in the light of Earth's. Sun Lily toured the Defiance one final time before departure. The ship had been modified again. Enhanced weapons, improved shields, special stealth systems to navigate the nebula. Every advantage they could gain in the launch bay. She found a surprise the rescued colonists had gathered. Many held handmade signs. Some simply said, "Thank you." Others bore the names of their lost colonies, a reminder of why they fought. A woman stepped forward. Lily recognized her, the informal leader of the prisoners from Pharos. "We wanted to see you off, Admiral," she said. "To wish you luck." Lily was moved by the gesture. These people had suffered so much, yet they found strength to support those still fighting. "Thank you," she said. "But save your celebration for when we return." "If you return," a voice called from the back. Lily spotted the speaker. A man with haunted eyes, his face bearing scars from Kravani captivity. "When we return?" Lily corrected, meeting his gaze directly. "We will end this." The man held her stare, then slowly nodded, believing or wanting to believe. The strike force departed 3 hours later. 5 ships slipping into the darkness of space. Their mission classified, known only to the highest levels of command. The fate of 2 civilizations resting on their success. The journey to the Nephilim Nebula took 3 days, the ships traveling at maximum speed. Even with advanced drive systems, the distance was vast. Lily spent the time preparing, studying Kravani tactics, reviewing every scrap of intelligence on the Void Hammer. She slept little, her mind constantly working through scenarios, planning contingencies. Nicole, now serving as her executive officer, worried. "You need rest, Admiral," she said the night before they reached the nebula. "Tomorrow will require your full attention." Lily nodded absently. "I will sleep when the Kravani are defeated." Nicole placed a hand on her shoulder. "With respect, Admiral." "That is what my father said before his ship was destroyed, at the Battle of Europa. You cannot save everyone if you cannot think clearly." Lily recognized the wisdom in these words. Reluctantly, she retired to her quarters for 6 hours of uneasy sleep. They entered the nebula at 600 ships. Massive clouds of dust and gas swirled around them, colors no human had seen before the alliance with the Alderans. Strange radiation interfered with sensors. Communications became difficult. The 5 ships maintained visual contact, flying in tight formation. 8 hours of careful navigation brought them to the ambush point, a dense cluster of asteroids within the nebula, perfect for concealment. The ships powered down to minimal systems, only passive sensors active. They would wait for the Void Hammer to pass, then strike from behind, targeting engines first. The wait stretched from hours to a full day. The crew grew tense. Lily maintained a calm exterior, but inside doubt gnawed. What if their intelligence was wrong? What if the Kravani had changed course, then? Nicole whispered from her station. "Contact massive energy signature entering the nebula. Consistent with Void Hammer profile on screen." Lily ordered, her voice barely audible. The main display activated, showing a massive shape moving through the colorful gases of the nebula, the Void. Hammer dwarfed any ship Lily had seen before, its hull black as space with glowing purple energy conduits. Weapon emplacements studded its surface, each capable of destroying a human vessel with a single shot, and it was not alone. 6 Kravani battlecruisers surrounded it in protective formation, their sensors sweeping the nebula. They suspect something. Lily realized. The Kravani were being cautious. The strike force remained hidden. Powered down systems, minimal detection, nearly impossible, but not entirely impossible. A sensor beam from one of the escort ships swept over their position. Lily held her breath. Would their stealth systems hold? Apparently not. Alert signals flashed across the bridge. the Kravani had spotted. Them all ships battle stations Lily commanded abandoning stealth attack pattern Sigma. The 5 ships powered up weapons and engines surging from their hiding places. The element of surprise lost, but not all advantage. The nebula would still confuse. Kravani targeting systems. The close quarters would negate some of their firepower advantage. The Kravani escorts moved to intercept energy weapons charging. The Void Hammer altered course. Moving deeper into the nebula do not engage the escorts Lily. Ordered target the Void Hammer only maximum speed. The strike force accelerated pushing through the escort screen. The Alderaan vessels fired strange weapons that seemed to bend space itself, creating distortions that confused Kravani targeting systems. The human ships launched specialized torpedoes designed to penetrate the nebula's interference. The Void Hammer opened fire, massive energy beams slicing through the nebula. One struck the Intrepid. Its shields flared and failed. The ship spun out of control, secondary explosions rippling along its hull. Keep going, Lily ordered. We cannot help them now. The Defiance and remaining ships pressed forward, the distance to the void. Hammer closing 4 escort vessels now behind them, but 2 remained ahead, protecting their command ship. Fire all weapons, Lily commanded as they came within range. The Defiance shuddered as its main cannons discharged. The Challenger joined firing from a different angle. The Alderaan vessels added their strange energies to the barrage. The Kravani flagship returned fire. One Alderaan vessel disappeared in a flash of light and gas. The Challenger took a glancing hit its port side. Darkness, then light. Pain, then numbness. Lily floated in and out of consciousness. Voices surrounded her, distant and unclear. Admiral, can you hear me? Lily tried to respond, but her body refused to cooperate. The darkness claimed her again. When she next awoke, the voices were clearer. A medical bay, she realized. Not the Defiance. Something else. The smell different. The sounds unfamiliar. She forced her eyes open. The ceiling above her was curved with strange patterns that shifted and moved. A design no human would create. Alderaan. She realized she was aboard an Alderaan vessel. Admiral Adams' doctor. Ilara approached. The Alderaan physician had features more delicate than most of her species. Welcome back to the living. What happened? Lily managed her voice hoarse. How am I alive, patients? Dr. Ilara adjusted something on the medical equipment beside the bed. Your body is still healing. The damage was extensive. Lily tried to sit up. Pain flared through her left side. She looked down, seeing her arm and much of her torso covered in a strange material that glowed softly. Not bandages. Something more advanced. We extracted you from the wreckage, the doctor explained. Moments before total destruction, your escape pod malfunctioned, failed to launch. Our recovery team found you in the remains of the bridge, the Void Hammer. Lily asked, was it destroyed? Dr. Ilara made the Alderaan gesture of affirmation. Completely. The Kravani Supreme War Leader, and their entire command structure eliminated. Relief washed through Lily. The mission had succeeded despite the overwhelming odds. Against all probability, they had struck the decisive blow. The war Lily began, but exhaustion overtook her. The darkness returned. Her recovery took weeks. The Alderaan medical technology accelerated healing beyond anything possible in human medicine. But her injuries had been catastrophic. Multiple broken bones, internal damage, neural trauma. Only her survival suit and the Alderaan's quick response had saved her. During her recovery, she received reports from Earth. The Kravani Empire had fractured after the loss of their supreme war leader and command ship. Individual system governors fought among themselves. Some continued attacking human colonies out of spite or hatred. Others sought peace terms. The combined Earth and Alderaan fleet pressed the advantage, reclaiming lost territory, liberating more human prisoners, driving back the remaining hostile forces. 3 months after the Nephilim Nebula, the formal surrender, came. The Kravani Empire ceased to exist. Individual worlds forming a loose confederation, no longer a threat to humanity or the Alderaan Alliance. Lily recovered enough to attend the peace conference held aboard the Alderaan flagship, Starbringer representatives. From all three species gathered in the Grand Chamber Earth. Delegates in formal blue uniforms, Alderaans in their flowing silver robes, Krivani in subdued purple, symbolizing their changed status fleet. Admiral Kate Foster opened the proceedings today. Marks a new chapter in galactic history, she said, addressing the assembled delegates. Three species once in conflict, now seeking a lasting peace, Zohal. The Alderaan High Commander spoke next. The alliance between our peoples proved stronger than the forces that sought to divide us. Together we have achieved what neither could accomplish alone. The Krivani representative, a system governor named Krex, who had secretly opposed the war, stepped forward, its 6 eyes blinking in the pattern that indicated formal respect. We acknowledge our defeat, it said, its translator conveying the words in multiple languages, and we seek forgiveness for actions taken in error. Our new confederation renounces all claims to human territory and recognizes the sovereignty of Earth and its colonies. The peace terms were formalized over the next several days. Reparations established, prisoners exchanged, borders defined, trade agreements proposed. The foundations of a new order. Lily attended when her strength allowed. Though no longer in direct command, her presence carried weight with all parties. Hero of the Nephilim Nebula, they called her, a title she neither sought nor desired. On the final day of negotiations, Lily sat with Zohal in a quiet observation chamber, the stars visible through the transparent dome. You seem troubled. Admiral, the Alderaan said. Lily gazed at the distant points of light. Victory should feel different, she admitted. The cost was so high, so many ships lost, so many lives on all sides. Zohal made a sound that translated as thoughtful agreement. War always costs more than expected, even necessary wars. The Alderaan turned its silver eyes to her. But consider what was gained. Not just survival, but understanding. 3 species that might never have known each other, now bound by shared experience, both painful and enlightening. You are optimistic, Lily said. The Alderaan gestured toward the stars. We have existed for 50,000 of your years, Admiral. We have learned that peace must be built. Upon understanding not just military strength, the Krivani attacked, because they feared what they did not comprehend. Now they begin to understand a philosophical view, Lily admitted. 1. I hope to share someday. 6 months after the peace accords, Lily stood on the bridge of a new ship, the Harmony, Earth's first vessel built with combined human Alderaan and Krivani technology. Its mission not warfare, but exploration. Admiral Adams, the communications officer, Mary Walsh, still serving with Lily despite offers of her own command. We are receiving the final clearance from Earth. Command on screen. Lily ordered. Fleet Admiral Foster appeared, her expression solemn but proud. Admiral Adams, the Harmony is cleared for departure. You carry the hopes of Earth with you. The first mission beyond known space. Our first true journey of exploration, rather than necessity. Thank you, Admiral Lily replied. We will represent Earth with honor. The transmission ended. Lily turned to her bridge crew. Human faces mostly, but also 2 Alderaan specialists, and surprisingly, a Krivani science officer. Part of the exchange program established by the Peace Accords. All stations report. Ready, Admiral Nicole Wilson. Now her permanent executive officer said. Lily took a moment to appreciate how far they had come, from fighting for survival to reaching for the stars. In less than 2 years, humanity had faced extinction and emerged stronger, finding not just victory, but alliance, understanding not just their place in the galaxy, but their potential. Set course, Nicole, she said. For the Perseus arm, maximum speed. The Harmony engines hummed with power unlike anything built before. The ship accelerated smoothly, stars blurring as they passed. The crew worked in harmony, as diverse as the vessel's name suggested. Lily Adams, once a warrior, now an explorer, watched the stars stream past. This was always the true mission, she thought. Not conquest, not even survival, but discovery. Finding what lay beyond, finding what connected all sentient beings across the vast distances of space. The Perseus arm beckoned unexplored, filled with mysteries and wonders, perhaps dangers too. But humanity no longer faced the unknown alone. They had allies, knowledge, understanding, wherever they went, whatever they found. The lessons of the war remained with them. Strength came from unity, wisdom from diversity. The greatest victories were not won through destruction but preservation. As the Harmony entered unexplored space, a message arrived from Earth. A simple text transmission from a group of children on a colony world. Among them, Eliza and others rescued from Krivani captivity. They had formed a school named after Lily. The message read simply, "We are watching the stars, knowing you are out there. Thank you for giving us tomorrow." Lily read the message twice, then saved it to her personal files. The true measure of their victory, not in ships destroyed or battles won, but in futures preserved, possibilities created. Admiral Nicole said, "We are receiving unusual readings from a star system ahead. Patterns that suggest artificial origin." Lily smiled. "Take us there." Commander, slow and steady. "This time, we come in peace." The Harmony altered course, heading toward the unknown signal. As they approached, Lily thought of all that had brought them here. The sacrifices, the losses, the moments of despair and triumph. She remembered the Krivani, who had believed humans were primitive prey, not warriors, not explorers, not diplomats. How wrong they had been. Humanity had proven itself among the stars. Now they would prove something more important, that the true strength of any species lay not in conquest but in curiosity, not in power but in wisdom. The bridge crew worked efficiently, preparing for first contact protocols. The possibility of discovering a new civilization filled them with excitement and caution. In equal measure, Lily Adams stood at the center of it all, a symbol of what humanity had overcome, and what they might yet become. As the Harmony approached the mysterious signal, Lily gave the order that defined not just her mission, but humanity's. New purpose. "Let us meet them with open hands and open minds," she said, "and show them who we truly are." The ship slowed entering. The unknown system, its sensors gathering data, its crew ready for whatever awaited them. The war was over, the peace secured. The true journey had just begun, and